Okay, spark plugs. Woo! These are Denso. Nissan replacement parts and Denso. Let's see what the part number is here. Yada yada yada. This is for my fiance's minivan, Nissan Quest. I ordered 6 spark plugs from eBay. And then I ordered 6 spark plugs from Denso, or a approved Denso website, whatever. And these are just 2 each of the different spark plugs. And to the naked eye, you really cannot tell a whole lot of difference. However, the 2 on the right, if you look at the tips, the 2 on the right are darker, and I don't know if this light, my little sewing machine light, shows that. But the 2 tips are darker, and also this little, I don't know if you can see it. There's like a little round indentation in there, and these kind of don't have it. They might look that way on video, but they do not. You need to check the length. With calipers, these appear to be different lengths from each other. Iridium FXX 22, and then these are the same thing from Denso. They have a little dash after the 11, but they also don't say iridium on them, but they are iridium, same part number. But also this piece right here is definitely different. Just looking at the 2, and it may not be evident on video, but you can certainly tell a difference in the color of the metal, but it just looks, I don't know, it just looks more appealing. This plug, if you look at the end, and again, this camera is a phone. It's not an Apple, thank God. You can't really see it. But these tips are really uniform. They all look exactly the same, whereas these tips do not. The tips may even be the white part of the tip, ceramic, whatever the hell it's called. Looks like it's longer too on these plugs off of eBay. This little L shape, it is not exactly the same on every spark plug. It looks like it was bent. Of course, it probably wasn't, but it just looks that way. Whereas the ones that came straight from Denso, they're all perfectly the same shape, same size, same everything. And also the thickness, not that thickness, but this thickness, the width of that piece of metal, varies from plug to plug on these ones from Nissan. Well, eBay, I should say. But like I said, I bought these for my fiance, her van. Looking at them after I got them out of the box, hearing about fake spark plugs, I really started eyeballing these things, and just really didn't like what I saw, especially how much these spark plugs cost. I'm not putting these in her car. A buddy of mine at Honda, he works for Honda, he's service manager. They were actually having a problem with parts getting these kind of spark plugs, and they were putting them in customers' cars. And he said it caused all kind of problems, misfires. These tips would break off, fall down, cylinder come up and hit it, causing internal, stuff. That's not something I'm really interested in, especially on a Quest van. I've already had to change transmission in it. And that really stunk. Not something I look forward to working on that van. That's why I have a Jeep. But I'm sure these are Denso. I'm sure this probably applies to other plugs as well. And this isn't a big difference, but these are white on the eBay plugs, and this is more clear on the plugs that came from Denso. Probably not a big deal. They probably change that all the time. But you know, you can look at the metal difference even on the threaded part. This looks more, I don't know, it just looks, it looks real. It looks better. It does not look, once you start really comparing them, you can really tell. This says Denso Japan on it, and I think the other ones do too. That might be stamped with something else. No, they got it on there. Denso Japan plus plus plus. But like I said, I've already filed a grievance with eBay. They actually want me to return them, which I'll gladly do that before they give me my money back. But these plugs, these plugs were I can't recall, $21. These spark plugs are very expensive. It depends on where you buy them from. I went to Denso's website, punched in the part number, and then it asked me where I wanted to buy from, because Denso does not sell directly from their website. So I can't remember, it was Spark Plug something, but it's directly affiliated with Denso. And I picked these up, and for reasonable, they were I think they were $12 a piece, which is a lot better than, you know, 19 or 25 or whatever it is. I'm sure if I went to Nissan, they charged me 30 a plug. I had to replace the plugs in my Jeep, and they are NGK, very special. And the only people who carried the right part number was Mopar and NGK, and I ordered them straight from NGK, and they were $20 a plug. I think they were 20 or 25. I don't recall. Mopar was 30. When I pulled the spark plugs out of my Jeep, because my Jeep was new, they'd never been changed, it actually had an NGK part number on it, not a Mopar. So I went back with NGK. I don't like Mopar anyway. But anywho, that'll give you... If you don't know anything about spark plugs, and I'm certainly not an expert, but if you just really look at these, compare all of them together, you will actually see the differences. It just, I mean, you can just actually, if I could hold them up, I don't have no tripod. You can see the differences. I don't think I'll put these in my fiance's vehicle because, like I said, I don't want to be working on it no more than I have to. But anywho, and this looks good. This packaging looks, you know, really Japanish to me. Hi-ya! Oh-yo-yo! Unfortunately, I think it's more Chinese than it is Japanese. Could be wrong, but like I said, I'm scared to put these or even try and run them. I'm sure they'll spark, but for how long before they come apart, I have no idea. But I do know it's a problem, and it's not just a problem on eBay, it's a problem on as well as Amazon. And I'm sure they're going to catch on to the things that they need to fix, and then it's probably going to become even harder. I've heard you could run resistance through them with an ohm meter, and you can tell that way. But I really don't know what these are supposed to ohm out at, if you will. I have no idea. So I got an ohm meter, but I'm sure I could check them. But anywho, You guys have a wonderful day. And don't leave me a comment because I probably won't watch this. I'm kidding. Anywho, whoop whoop.